Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
There's something that happened to me one day, and I don't remember exactly what day it was that this happened to me, but I clicked over into this state of letting go slowly the vast amount of things that I would just consume and consume and consume and consume and consume. And I became more of a producer. Maybe it was watching Ralph Smart, shout out to Infinite Waters, or Glendon Cameron, shout out to Hustlers Kung Fu on the YouTube. Love these channels where, people go on these wonderful channels and speak life into other people. Watching different producers like Glendon Cameron, Ralph Smart, Justin Perry from You Are Creators, Wesley Virgin, all sorts of different people on the platform. It got me thinking, what is the difference between me and them? And forgetting about income, forgetting about the perceived value, I realized that the difference between me and these producers was they were just taking action. A lot of the people that we see producing content, not all of them, but a lot of these entrepreneurs, these creators, these producers, a lot of them are high school dropouts. Some of them were college dropouts. Some of them didn't get a full education. But I think that there's a lesson in even that oftentimes education can get in the way. When it comes to you believing that you are too young, believing that you are too old, believing that you are too tall, believing that you are too short, believing that you're too skinny or too stout or too anything, allowing fear and doubt to creep in and prevent you from becoming all that you can be, preventing you from pressing record. I used to be in a group on Facebook. This group was called ULA, Unlimited Life Academy. Living our lives unlimited. Changing lives with our lives, which we would go Facebook Live every day. One live at a time, I'd say. Changing lives with our lives, one live at a time. And in this group, you saw people from all different types of ages, shapes and sizes, pedigrees, backgrounds, races, ethnicities, cultures and countries and continents, everywhere, going live. I remember a lady named Anna who was from Russia and didn't speak the best English, but she still went live every day, speaking English, punting fear and pressing record. This was fascinating to watch. Someone who was feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Like that famous book by Susan B. Jeffers. There comes a time, I believe, where we embrace the creator within us, and we understand that we are creators and that we can create, and that we were put here. We were given a gift to give back to the world. You have something within you, my friend. Yes, you who are listening right now to this podcast, you have something within you. I dare you to find out what that is. It may take months, it may take years, but it will be worth it. When we consume and consume and consume, we are left with all that we have consumed. We are what we eat. We eat with our eyes. We eat with our ears. Our mind consumes brain food as well. But whatever goes in is what comes out. Paradoxically, what we put out is what comes back in. So what will you put out, my friend? Will you just be a consumer, ingesting everything that people have to say, that the world has to say about you, or to you, or for you? Or will you develop that creator's instinct, the artist within you, that no matter what field you're in, you can create art? You can put your pizzazz or your panache or your flavor, or your swag or your sauce on whatever it is that you do in life. I once went to a movie theater, and I'll never forget Trace, the guy at the cashier with the bow tie and the vest, who took my receipt and handed it to me with the most elegant grace, the most class, and just had the most witty sense of humor. He could have been a comedian on stage. But he was at the cash register of a movie theater. Even if that wasn't his final resting place, even if he didn't plan on being a manager or staying there forever, if this was just a launching pad, he made it his own. And it was only one encounter that we had, but I won't forget it. Because people may forget what you said or what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. I remember being at Subway long ago when I used to eat at Subway, and someone fixed my Subway sandwich with such professionalism. It was a work of art. And when I tasted that Subway sandwich, I could swear I tasted the love in it. Right? It wasn't just two stale pieces of bread thrown together with some cheese and lettuce and whatever. It was love I tasted. Whatever you do, do it well. Be like Wolverine. I'm the best at what I do. Be your own hero. Be a creator. Be a producer. Start putting out something into the world. Not to say that there isn't value to be gained from consuming content, from appreciating someone else's work of art. But you too are an artist. You have your own. And we want to see it. We want to hear it. We want to watch it. We want to experience it. Be that hero for you. Champion your life. We're waiting, my friend. Thank you for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I pray you received an encouraging message letting you know that you can always awaken to your creative prowess, to your powers of producing. Your powers of productivity and production can be unmatched. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, subscribe for more inspirational messages like this. And if you'd like to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking that support button there is much appreciated. Big shout out and thank you to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate to the podcast, making it possible for episodes like this. Grab the new book out on Amazon, Finding Inner Peace by Jerome. You'll see a link down in the show notes of the description in this episode. Have a wonderful and blessed day or night, wherever you are, my friend. And as always, take care.